The superstars of Fan Control Football Season 2.0 are not only the who's who of celebrity team owners and influencers, not the 21 million live views of our Emmy-nominated broadcast. Across Twitch, DAZN, Fubo, NBCLX, Peacock. Or our highlights that scored over 100 million views. And we can't forget best-in-class sponsors. But the biggest star of Season 2 is our play calling app that allow fans to control the action on the field. Fans pick a team, pick a play, 4 run plays, 4 pass plays to choose from. The play with the most votes is called in real time.
We got it.
This is where video games and live action come to life. And now, Fan Control Sports and Entertainment brings you Fan Controlled Hoops, where fans call the shots. Coming 2023, the future of sports is here, and it's Fan Control. Power to the fans.
Are you ready for it?
And I have all you guys muted. I have you muted. Go.
Welcome to Giraffe Races, the show formerly known as the Fan Controlled Show, the official companion show. There it is. The Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment, the multi-sports league that is controlled entirely by you, the fans. I'm Jeff Cannata, and I am joined by a couple of my favorite people on the planet. It's Josh Macuga. It's Patrick Dees. Hello, fellas.
For audio listeners, I just want to say that you threw up a graphic of me racing a giraffe and
winning.
I'm winning. Jeffrey knew exactly where I was going. I was like, wasn't lost on me that I am out ahead by a next link.
I mean, if you put that up one more time, we know that you are not as tall as a giraffe. They're close. So what we can only infer from this picture is that it is a forced perspective. And therefore, you may not actually be winning because who knows, you know?
Damn you and your attention to detail.
As everybody knows, the giraffe is the slowest animal in the safari.
I don't think anybody knows that. I think they're highly underrated from a speed perspective.
No, I'm
62 miles an hour to full gallop.
That's made up.
It is very made up.
That's like barely a Buick Regal. Okay,
that's a fact that only someone who is trained to race a giraffe would know.
Yeah, 62.3. It's crazy.
Ruthless Cutie said he's winning, and he is that pale. He is. That's
I mean, the challenge is figuring out which one of those is Dees and which is the giraffe.
I had to squint real hard.
Dees, if your family isn't all giraffes for Halloween this year, I'm going to be pretty upset.
Sold. God, it's good to be back. I missed you too.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we did one of these. People have been traveling, going all around the world. And before we get to where we've been and what we've been up to, ladies and gentlemen, I need to inform you. There's lots of content on this here fan-controlled podcast network. The fan-controlled TV, we call it. It is it's jam-packed with all kinds of fun stuff. Josh, why don't you lay down the lowdown for all the people?
Why don't you lay down? Well, yes, we have live shows every single weekday except Friday, Monday through Thursday. Monday, back to work. Tuesday, the Info Arcade. Wednesday, Don't Cause Ruckus. And, of course, here Thursdays, the Fan Controlled Show, as well as many a podcast on the podcast network where you can get this show as well for our audio listeners. Shows like Fan Controlled Fandom with Kenny G. Stevenson. And, of course, you can watch and see everything that we're doing on all the social medias, Fan Controlled, across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. And there's a lot of sports coming up this week with the NBA Finals and, the Stanley Cup Finals, everything in between, Jeff. We are covering it, I guess you would say, or just making fun of it. It's kind of a really delicate balance. I'm not really sure. But I try and be as goofy and fun and informative as I can, which is sort of like when somebody explains to my relatives what I do for a living. Amanda's like, I don't know.
It's nice when your wife has your back like that.
Yes, exactly.
I one time saw. Do you know? What's his name? He's in Jury Duty. He's the comedian. No, not James Marsden. The comedian Kirk Fox. Saw Kirk Fox live, And he was doing a little bit of crowd work, and I was with my girlfriend, and he's like, "So what do you do?" And I'm in the front row, and I was trying to explain this wireless trade-in. This is pre Fan Control Football, but with this wireless trade-in program, where you trade into your device, and we founded this thing. So I started explaining it, and maybe it had a little too much to drink because the explanation was not short. Starts cutting me off in the middle of it. He was like, "Yeah, boring," and then moves on to the next thing. It's pretty great.
Here's the best part about Kirk Fox and Jury Duty. You guys know he's Dr. Phil's personal tennis.
Yes. Yes.
In real life?
Yeah. Yeah. And didn't he put him on like wasn't there a spin-off show, gave him like 100 episodes of some like paternity test show or something?
Yeah. Yeah, he was like a fake judge of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as somebody that shot a pilot for Dr. Phil's company, I can tell you this much. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. I shot it. It never went anywhere.
I once shot a pilot for Larry King's company.
Nice.
Well, that went nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it called All Queens, No King? And it was just about like you and Queen Victoria, just you giving the history of all the queens that have ever lived from all empires, Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were going with all queens, like all his ex-wives, but no king. And so all they do is dish on Larry. You know, they're like, oh, okay.
Tell me more.
Yeah. You know, what is interesting to me is like, I've known you for, I don't know, 7, 8 years or something, Josh. Every single time, literally, I talk to you, I learn something new about your life, which is, I cannot say that about too many people. And then I also learned this pilot thing from you, Jeff, but I spent a couple hours the other day, not a couple hours, it's a hyperbole. I Googled Jeff Cannata acting reel and watched a Vimeo of you acting in a lot of like an old reel. It was delightful because I was trying to ask, I knew you tried out for another part, and I was trying to figure out like, what is he putting out into the world that would land him another specific part, which I know we'll get to, but it's just, you know, learning about you guys.
Freddie Himmel saying it best. I figured shooting a pilot would get you a life sentence or a plane crash. And
shooting a pilot. See what he did there?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
See what he did there?
Yeah. I am terrified of what acting reel is online and available, but
put it in the chat.
All right. Fair enough. I'm sure it's all high caliber work.
That's awesome.
Online. Yeah.
I have acting reels from like 2012 up there, comedy reels, stand-up reels. I have stand-up clips from the Laugh Factory from like 2010. I mean, there's a lot on the internet when you look it up. It's not great.
It's like you got to be careful because it's a different world back then. You know, you got stuff that's how people get canceled, is they have stand-up from 2010 online.
This is true. Yeah. Well, listen, the history people, when they did our show, they did a background check, and none of that came up as red flagged. So,
hey, there you go.
You know,
there you go.
Okay. Doing
all right.
Yeah.
What else has been going on, guys? We haven't talked in so long. What have you? You know,
I saw a clip of Jeff as a law enforcement officer or something like that. Ruth is kidding.
I only played law enforcement. I only got jobs as my friend used to say, I can only get cast as a cop or a dad cop. Yeah, that was like three different roles I played: cops, dads, and dad cops.
Dad cops.
I would tune into Dad Cop
and giraffes.
Yeah.
Right. So I got the market cornered on that, Joshua.
I just, I have I do a Cameo. I have a Cameo account. There he is. Where you can get, you guys know what Cameo is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I do on my movie review podcast, I do limericks to review movies. So I figured I'd give a way for people to get limericks for their friends and loved ones made by me, personally made. And it's been great. People have done it. I've done hundreds of them.
Whoa, Jeff.
So cool.
Literally.
Is that why you live in Denver? Is that how you live in Denver?
That's how I live in Denver. I'm a professional poet.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Anyway, the
that
reason
whole
I bring
East
it up,
Texas group is so proud of you these days.
That's true. Really Cameo.com/Cannata. But the reason I bring it up is
as he grabs the mic on Patrick.
Jeffrey, let's get a limerick for your loved one, or for yourself, for that matter. Don't just buy one, buy two. But the reason I bring it up is for the first time, I've been doing this for maybe 3 years, 2 years at least, probably close to 3. And for the first time, I looked at my bio on Cameo.com /Jeff Cannata. And I guess they just used AI to write it because I didn't fill it in I did the like intro video and put
Sure,
a little profile picture up, but I neglected to write a little bio because I'm like, who cares? People go. No one's gonna stumble upon me. You know, you have to know who I am to, you know. But I guess that's not good enough for Cameo. They used, I don't know, some sort of AI to fill it in, or some sort of automated system to fill it in, and it was all wrong. All wrong.
Wait, how wrong?
It gave me the wrong birth date. It said
Why would it put your birthday? Like, people are like, I don't know, that guy was born in the 80s. I'm not doing a limerick from that guy.
Let me see if I can do the proper bio for Jeff. Here we go.
All right.
First, he has never run out of his shoes. Not one time.
Nope.
Yeah.
2, his name is actually Jeef.
Correct. Little known fact.
Anybody with the last name Austin will autocorrect to Allen.
My greatest hits. It's my greatest hits.
Just 3 bullets.
3 bullets. I'll see myself out. But it said I originally hailed. It says the last line was he originally hails from New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh,
Okay.
I have never been to New Haven, Connecticut.
I could see you playing a dad cop from New Haven, though. You know?
I'm available.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
available for that.
That's wild.
I think we should have a show on this network just called Dad Cop. And what it is you judge people based like you're a cop, but you have no idea what the law actually is. So it's like, hey, I was pulling into this parking spot and it appeared that the meter, I had 10 minutes and I came back 9 minutes later and it was gone. And like it had expired. I'm thinking this meter is on a wrong time code. I would like to talk to the scientist behind it. And you're like, duck. We don't have time for that. Just pay the parking ticket. Next. Just like
Dad
you keep
cop.
going down. Dad Cop. It's Dad Cop.
I like it.
Or it's kids like, hey, I don't want to eat mac and cheese tonight. Rack. I'm Dad Cop. Eat the goddamn mac.
You have the right to remain silent and eat your vegetables.
You have the right to remain. Shut up back there.
Yeah, you have the right to remain silent, or I'll pull this car over. I swear to God. That is Dad Cop. I think we just pitched a show to NBC. I think that's what we
really
did, guys.
Yeah.
You have like one year for Halloween, I was my dad on vacation, and I just had like high.
You were not.
Like high khaki shorts, a crappy polo, a sweater over top, and I just yelled at everybody, like, "Don't touch that! Don't touch it!"
Dude, did I ever tell you my brother one time showed up at my Halloween party at this massive blowout? I don't even like Halloween very much. I don't like the act of dressing up. So I'm the no fun one. Like I was like, I just want an excuse to get everybody together and drink. But I had like, I don't know, maybe it was like 100 people at this event, and my younger brother showed up as Patrick, which doesn't sound that interesting. But what he did,
So he was a giraffe?
He put, he's like in spots and was like just galloped around. He took a phone and he put it to his ear and he duct taped it around his head several times.
Ouch.
Yeah. And so he would start a conversation and be like, Jeff, that's fascinating. Wait, I'm holding it. Jeff, that's fascinating. Excuse me, I got to get this. And he would walk off and he stayed in character all night. Oh, really? Tell me more about that. Josh, I'm sorry. I got to go. And he would just leave all night.
Which is pretty similar to Dad Cop and or Mom Cop, because this past weekend, or every time that we go to a social situation, Amanda and I like take turns watching the child to make sure she doesn't like run into a live flame. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, sure.
So,
There's lots of quicksand and flames around your place.
Sleep
I've been
into
worried
a
about it.
Bear's mouth. Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
A petting
Terrified.
zoo. Let me tell you, Jeff, we'll get into where I was in Texas, but Rosie could have run into a tiger's den. Okay. And we would not have known. So,
Such a hero.
yeah. So, but I noticed that I'm basically Patrick Dees on Halloween, where I'm like, yeah, no, it's so good. I'll be right back. Don't touch that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Do you remember when you used to be annoyed at people who would be having a conversation with you and then just be like, no, like no transition, just be like, well, no, I'm not going to give you that. You can't.
Hey, I'm right here. I'm Jeff right here. I'm right here. Look at me.
Oh, I used
Right
to
here.
get so annoyed by that.
Did
Now
you
I'm
really?
that guy, 100% that guy. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. There's no way to be completely engaged with one person when you have children. It's impossible because you got to be like.
Hey, Jeff,
in the
I
swim.
want to tell people Go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead.
Well, so I really want to hear where you guys have been and what you've been up to, because as people know who are listening, we've been off for the last couple weeks, which is rare. We almost never miss a week. And Richmond Revolution in the chat says, is this show going to be on every week going forward? And do you have any announcements on FCF and what is going on with FCH? Both of which I thought were super valid questions, or all three there. So yes, we are going to be on every week, and barring travel or other crazy things, we're going to make best efforts to be here every single week going forward. Major announcements around, let's start with FCH. Can we start there? And then I want to hear what you guys have been up to for the last couple weeks. So Fan Control Hoops. No announcements yet, but because the scope and some partnerships keep changing. And we are at the mercy of some pretty good-sized partnerships, I would say, right? Josh, some 4-letter networks that are waiting for, that we would like to be able to announce some things. And so our distribution partners are important. And so we're not able to say too much yet around timing or anything. As you know, we started the naming process, so we're that's in play.
Networks. You guys signed with Fuck?
Yeah, we did.
You ever watched B in Sports? It's B-E-I-N Sports.
I thought it was Cobb, COBE, like a corn cob TV.
Went a long time for a hit on corn cob TV.
They called me a hick at a dinner. When you... What At Dinner Zone might be my absolute favorite part of any of those sketches. It's just so good. If you don't know, watch I Think You Should Leave on Netflix. I think it is just one of the more underappreciated geniuses.
Jeff be dressed as an executive and me pitch a show and him call me a hick. Totally unprompted.
At a dinner.
At a dinner. So good. Oh, yeah, and FCF. And football is. I saw another comment saying that every other sport besides football is a distraction, quote, at best, which is not our mission statement. We are Fan Control Sports Entertainment, and our goal is to we're setting out to build a whole new category of sports. Going forward, there will be traditional sports and there will be fan control sports. So we are not only people who not want us or don't want to hear announcements around things that other than football are going to be supremely disappointed when we start announcing relationships in the racing space, in the fishing space, in the golfing space. There is so much fan control sports coming at folks in the near future. Unfortunately, we're not ready to announce anything just yet, but buckle up. Lots coming. And I know that's a tease that we've been barking for the better part of 2 or 3 months now. It is coming.
And I will say the thing that is the most difficult part about this, or the best part about this, is yes, there are some sports that we are going to have to wait a little bit longer on, and there are some sports that, but there will be so much action that is constantly going on with fan-controlled sports and entertainment that the app will constantly be on fire. You'll be able to do a lot more with it. And we're talking about doing a lot more fun stuff that isn't just like a live show remote like this, doing some, content surrounding a lot of different activities, sports, content, ideas, going to places with being in sporting events that are already set up, that are already there, and just having a footprint, handprint, butt print. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
right. So no, but so that idea of like bespoke leagues like Fan Control Hoops and Fan Control Football, but also transforming your favorite league into something that more resembles that. So if anything, we're expanding the scope and the mission of what we're doing, and I'm really excited about the direction that we're going. It's a weird macroeconomic climate right now, but we're finding our way through it.
It's show name Butt Prints.
Show name Butt Prints.
For one, am excited about fan-controlled fish golf racing.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Have I pitched my video game idea? I feel like I pitched it on this show, didn't I?
But refresh us.
Remember when our friend, she's that sweet Canadian girl that goes on Jeff's podcast. Her Twitter name is Latai and I.
Oh, Lana.
Lana Bachin.
Yeah. Lana's the best.
She's the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
Sorry that I forgot your name, Lana. I haven't talked to you in so long. The last time I saw you was at the hotel lobby of the Marriott in LA during CFIR E3. Whatever.
Oh my God, that was so fun.
Yeah. AKA drink enough gin and tonics that you sleep in the backseat of your car in a parking garage. Okay. No, but what I will say, Jeff, is this is my idea for a video game. Okay.
Yeah.
Take Mario Kart, put it in a golf cart, like on an actual golf course. Okay. Now you're racing with humans. You've got a passenger guy, so it's a 2-player game, or can be a single-player game, whatever. And you are fighting through a zombie-filled golf course because the world was taken over by zombies, and we caged all of the zombies in large golf course-like areas. Yeah. And all of the people now have to kill the zombies with golf carts for sport.
I like it. I think there's a mode like that in what was the what's the zombie game where you're in a mall?
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like it.
No, I
like it. I like it.
It's
fun.
Anyway,
good times.
Jeff,
Pitch it
also
to the-
people can name the show. Tell people that.
Oh yeah, you can name the show. I believe it's already been named though. It's going to be called Butt Prints.
Jessica,
We've-
you could hold butt prints 5 times.
Guys, we've only been gone 2 weeks. You would think this is the first time doing the show at all. It's our very first one of these.
Yeah.
But what have you guys been up to? Like, again, I haven't seen your faces in a hot minute. And when we do talk, it's like largely just in I think you should leave quotes. I'm not getting into like what you've actually been up to. Jeffrey, where'd you go? Where you been?
Well, I did take a little trip to Palm Springs. I get together with some buddies and we do the Palm Springs thing, where one of my friends' parents has an Airbnb there, and so we get to stay for free.
What would you call the Palm Springs thing, Jeff?
Well, it's mostly staying inebriated and
Smart.
It's being in the pool. That's what that's what the Palm Springs thing is.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So we it was good times. We played a lot of board games and got in the pool and ate really good, and by good I mean terrible for our bodies, but
of course,
delicious. Just like it's really just how can I compress eating the worst things in the shortest amount of time over 4 days.
I know how that feels.
Consuming bad things for myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you have that? So you played a lot of board games. You were inebriated a lot. Do you have that one friend that just gets a little too inebriated to figure out the rules? He's like, no, I already went. It was my turn already.
Part of our experience, my particular group that I do this with, part of our experience is that a game that should take X number of minutes will last X times 3 because there's just arguing constantly about the rules.
It's half the fun.
It's delightful. We get off on tangents. It's fun.
We growing up, it was kind of an unspoken Dees family rule, and I just thought this is how every household was. I think I've told you guys about it on this show, but the rule was if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Right.
And so literally every game, the goal was to just cheat the most. Like if people aren't if you're playing billiards and people aren't looking, you just start knocking balls in. Like that is part of. I mean, Monopoly was a nightmare. Do not go up and make a sandwich because I'm just going to raid the bank. That's what happens. And I authentically thought that's how every other household out there played games.
Good wholesome fun.
My mom would prison shank you. She would.
I mean, yeah. So I'm
yeah, I mean, like my mom called for
a little slap on the wrist.
She found a number to talk to somebody at Milton Bradley or whoever.
Mr. Parcheesi?
Yeah, like finding somebody to explain a rule violation that we found during a family Parcheesi tournament during a family vacation that was like a week long. She's like, I got a number. I'm calling. Like she spent an hour like talking to people, and she's like, I have to tell you guys, I was right. Like she just called to prove that she was
That's
right.
incredible.
Either that or she's got some friend who's willing to impersonate a Milton Bradley. To convince her kids that she's right.
Well, hello, Mrs. Macuga. Yes, this is Mr. Parcheesi.
Well, it's very similar to this German game. Okay, now, let me tell you.
Sorry.
Jeffrey. Okay. So here's the story.
Okay.
We're at a ranch in Texas. My cousin's family live. They have a very large, it's beautiful ranch. Okay, I'll say middle of nowhere, Texas. Many animals, very lovely. They shoot fireworks into the air, like pow 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 pow, cow. Okay, so there is a game, and they have a large cabinet full of board games. I believe you would like it very much, Jeff. Have you ever played the game Secret Hitler?
Yes.
So I thought this game was completely false. Like I didn't know, like we don't say the word Hitler or anything like that. But I thought it was some old fascist game, like they brought on during the war. It's like, oh, who's Hitler? No, this is a real game. Like there's a review on the back by Mashable. It's like every liberals in an envelope, and like one of you is a fascist. I did not like this game. I was not a fan of this game. I was not.
Yeah.
And you can buy it on Amazon right now. It's $40. Secret Hitler.
Secret Hitler. Yeah.
What we call
not one of my
Uncle
favorites,
Brian.
but it is. I'm aware of this game.
Every family has a Secret Hitler. That's my Uncle Brian. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at his Facebook page. Look at it.
It's not so secret.
No, it's terrible. It is secret.
It's not Secret Hitler. It's Hitler in your inbox. Is what it is.
Facebook Hitler. It's a sequel.
Facebook Hitler. Now he's meta Hitler.
It's most people on Facebook.
You know what I miss the most about this show is the jingles that come out of it. I mean, the JPM, the jingles per minute, is off the charts this week.
Yeah,
Jingles
thank
per
you.
minute.
Yep.
Thank you. We've been
Or in
ignoring them
Germany, as we call them, little tunes. It's a little tunes.
So that was Texas. It was just
A lot of secret
Hitlers
No,
and board games.
Let me tell you something.
Please do.
About Texas, that we
Please,
didn't,
please.
that you didn't already know.
Okay.
There are guns everywhere.
Wait, what?
Everybody is just shooting guns all of the time. Okay.
I don't like this.
Okay. I don't. All things being equal, I'd rather be golfing. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah,
Way
that's
less
usually
chance of
true.
getting killed with them.
Except you in your video game.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
But like everybody, we were at a barbecue place and the waiter had a gun.
What?
Like carrying. He came to your table strapped.
It's open
What?
carry.
Oh my god.
What restaurant was this?
Oh my god.
Place.
It was called
He's like,
It was called Shooters.
It was called Twin Bullets. I don't know. I lost on that shit. I had it. We had it.
I love that he's like explaining the bloomin' onion and he's got to move his revolver out of the way. It's like, you're going to love this
You
thing.
think that improves the tip or reduces the
Oh
tip?
my god.
You know?
Jeff, I got to be honest with you. It improved my meal immensely because when he shot that barbecue, I've never tasted anything quite like it. It was.
You ordering the beef?
I'm going to cook.
Oh, there's your beef. Yeah, bring in Bessie.
Cooking the bullets.
Yeah. No, so we went to Pittsburgh and I officiated a wedding for my cousin. It was lovely.
You
It was a
crushed?
blast. Yeah, I mean, one guy, my uncle came up to me and he said, I just got divorced. I don't think if you knew that, Josh. I was like, I did. The whole family knows, Uncle Jeff.
People love that.
His name's
Everyone's been
Jeff. Sorry,
talking
Jeff. Everybody knows about it. We feel bad. Sorry about that. And he's like, but if I was to ever get married again, which probably won't happen, I was so inspired by your ceremony that I might have you do it because I think that there is love out there. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet.
That's
But
nice.
the funniest thing happened so we got a sitter for Rosie at the hotel. We have best friend from Pittsburgh. It was the girl that he's used for a long time. She came to the hotel. Rosie took to her immediately. Like they were so sweet together. Right. So and my wife gets parental anxiety like all of us do. Right. Moms sometimes more so than dads because dads are just like, I don't know. She's alive. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we're walking from the ceremony to the reception, which is all of 200 yards. And Amanda, like everybody's happy, giddy. And she turns to me. She's like, what if that girl kidnaps Rosie? And I was like, what did you just say?
Jesus Christ.
I was like, wait, what? And she's like, see, this is where my anxiety goes. What if she's the cutest baby anybody's ever seen? We all hear it. Okay. She's adorable. What if somebody steals Rosie? And I was like, okay, first of all, I have had like 3 cocktails. Okay. I don't know how to answer this. Second, why would you say that? Just internalize it. If you can say it to anybody, say it to me. That's fine. But don't say it. Don't say it. Have your wives ever said anything like that to you?
Oh, constantly. My wife is the daughter of a firefighter.
Oh God.
Which means she was conditioned from birth to consider the worst possible scenario at any given time.
She's like Jason Bourne. She's got like 7 exit routes in any given room. She's like, that guy in the corner, just like, take him down. He's got a bad knee. Like I can jump. Yeah.
Yeah. It is emergency crisis mode at all times. And, I am the yang to her yin in that regard because I'm like, what? I would never, what? Exit routes. This is what? We just got here. That's me. I assume my baseline assumption is it's all going to work out fine.
Yeah.
And my wife is, she is, if there's a noise it's
end of the world.
Yes.
End of the world.
It is the end of the world. And she expects me to leap out of the bed at 3:00 in the morning and investigate the noise when I go, it's the wind. It's probably the wind.
It's the wind.
Wait, I hear something. Wait, Send dad cop. Send him in. Send him in.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
Was the potential kidnapping at the same event that you were officiating?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
It was in the same hotel, the same general vicinity. I mean,
Yeah.
she couldn't go anywhere. I was like, well, let's just put an air tag on the baby.
I think that seems smart.
We actually did that.
Dude.
We went to Disneyland and we got the kids little wristwatches, but they weren't watches. They're just an air tag.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It was great until my son went to the bathroom and then took his off to wash his hands.
Oh, no,
And left it there. And then I went back to the bathroom to find it. Could not find it. Spent 40 minutes looking for the damn air tag. And
But you had the kid, just no air tag.
The air tag said it was the. Yeah, we had the kid.
Thank God. Yeah, well, yeah. I thought maybe you like chose the air tag. You're like, I gotta find that air tag.
You know
those
how
things are not
expensive those
cheap.
Air tags are.
Yeah, I know. Your son
I
took
would've
9
given the
months to
kid
make.
for the air tag.
Look, you got the kid. I got the tag. Yeah. Send it.
In the long run,
my
that air
God.
tag's probably cheaper than your kid. So just take the tag.
I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Dude, I landed in New York and I had just on the AirTag thing. Like, dude, I got notifications saying that somebody had like the AirTag was like tethered to my phone and I was being monitored. And I was like, what is going on? And I kept getting AirTag notifications. It eventually went away. I just was weird. Get off the plane and felt like somebody had slipped an AirTag in my bag. You know,
Just to put a button on that
please.
conversation. If I can't find the air tag, then the air tag is useless, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the entire the function of the air tag is to make it findable.
yeah.
And I couldn't find it said it was there. It said it was at the bathroom. And I was like, it's not. We looked in garbage cans. We looked, I was like, it's not here.
Don't go too far into the garbage cans just for an air tag, though, Jeff. And I'll be honest, the air tag is so dramatic because when you leave, it's like your bag was last seen.
Yeah.
Take it easy. It's a piece of luggage.
Oh yeah, and God forbid you leave one of the kids' iPads in the car. You're walking away from your iPad.
It'll be fine.
You've left it behind.
Your iPad was last seen. You're like, okay, put it on a milk crate. Christ Almighty.
Yeah.
Dees, tell us about New York and the Emmys experience as we all watched us lose for the second year in a row. We're now 3-time Emmy losers, baby.
Three-time Emmy
what, though?
losers.
You can't lose if you're not nominated.
That's also
that's how I
true.
think.
Which was interesting. So good.
And you can't cry on an adult's shoulder if you aren't nominated, too.
That's also true. Well, so that with some interesting stats, we heard that there was by category there was like north of 80 entrants. So to the fact that we were in the top 5 in each of these categories was felt good. It was some sort of consolation. The whole thing was wild. It was a good experience. Like last year, we stood up at the Emmys and it was a lot. They had a bunch of COVID regulations. A lot of people didn't show up. Like I mean, they were the house was full, but it was like the people that you would expect to see at a sports night, Peyton Manning or Charles Barkley, or like the people that you would expect to see at these things just weren't there. It was a bunch of, me and Sorab and Grants, running around. But this year we felt, again, we were prepared by the Emmy committee. They said, look, like, hey, these things are kind of political. It's awesome that you guys are here. It's wild. In the history of the Emmys, like very few people with this little, like, I don't know, renown's the wrong word, but like that isn't part of pop culture or even get nominated. So it's awesome that you're there. And she said this thing really slyly. She's like, and we've got you down in the mezzanine, for easy access in case you guys win. And it made me think like, okay, so let's go. I felt, but I still, the whole way I was preparing the other guys here. I was like, look, guys, there's literally no chance. I was thrilled to get nominated. We lost our minds when the nominations came out. And then we did the thing day of, which this is my neurosis, was like day of, we had some meetings in the morning.
Oh no,
I did. I took a kid and then I gave his air tag to the dad. I did the thing where it's like, look, guys, what if we win? We should have something to say, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, no, I mean, we're not going to win. But like, what if we do? We don't want to just be, I mean, we're morons anyway, but let's mitigate our moronicness, let's look less stupid. And so, so then I started like, well, okay, look, So Saurabh didn't necessarily want to say the first thing, so I threw my hand up, like I'll say the first thing, and then Saurabh's got some people that he wants to thank, and then Grant, and we got all ready. We kind of divided up who was going to say what. Grant was going to turn in this incredible plug about the future of the partner sports kind of angle. If you've got a league, we're your guys. Ready to have this great soundbite, and the closer we got to it, I did the same thing I did last year. I had spun myself up to the fact that like this is destiny. We're going to win, and we have 2 shots. Come on, there's no way we lose both of them, especially in the engagement. So we were nominated for Outstanding Interactivity. Moronity. Moronity.
It's the sequel to Idiocracy.
It sure is. We were nominated in the Outstanding Interactive Experience and the Outstanding Digital Innovation. And so the interactive experience, at core, that's what we do. I thought that was a layup. And then you look at the people that were in the innovation, and I was like, I feel strongly. Like one was the NBA app. Cool. It's a new app. Like that is not like groundbreaking.
People's pictures that play in the NBA.
Correct. So of course we sat through the whole thing. Our name was not read, and I tried to, guys, really be fine with it. I really did. I'm like, oh, no big deal. But I didn't know how much I was wearing it on my sleeve, because one of the Emmy events organizers, as we were walking out, just, hey, are you okay? You okay there? And I'm like, oh yeah, fine. I didn't expect to win. She's like, but you kind of did, didn't you? And I was like, yes, I really thought we were gonna win. I thought we had it.
You put us in the damn mezzanine.
We were
Put us in the mezzanine,
guys. So I have to tell you, I started. Obviously, I'm not wearing the co-founders here were trying to like both giving me a ton of shit for thinking we were going to win and trying to play it cool, and then also like authentically consoling me. And one of the things that they give at these events are, if you win the Emmy, you don't just get the Emmy, you get this sick gift bag full of all of these things that like sponsors have given the winners. And I was like, I'd feel better if we walked out with one of those or 8 of them. So I went over to where they were giving those out, and I was like, look, I didn't win. I'd like a few of those. And she's like, yeah, we love you guys. How many do you need? I was like, I need 8. She goes, swear to me this will not be on social media. And I was like,
oh shit.
Swear to God.
or a podcast.
Or a podcast. Yeah, I know. Now we're fucked. But yeah, it was pretty great. And so we left with I left like with a winner's bag, and I was a winner in my heart. And
I think it's pretty stupid that the winners get a bag. The losers should get the bag.
I agree.
The winners get the Emmy. The losers get the consolation bag.
Oh man, it was filled with WNBA tickets. I got a woman's golf shirt. I'm telling you, the gear was pretty fire.
Which woman?
Which golf?
It was a good experience. Honestly, it's cool, man. Like Shaq was there, Ernie was there, like a lot of like it was a cool crowd to be in, and like a really fun experience. It feels a little bit like you're going to prom, like everybody's made up, and there's a cool red carpet, and you get your picture taken and stuff. So it was an awesome experience. But again, 0 for 3 at this point.
I'd like to just pull up a couple of things I've learned from this story, Dees. And
yeah,
one
please do.
question before I dive into this, Jeff. And if you could back me up here,
Sure.
Dad boss, Dad cop, Dad judge,
cop
Judge
style.
Dad cop, Dad.
Judge
Okay.
Dad.
Judge Dad. So that's where I live, is with my Judge Dad.
Court ordered
so
Dad.
First of all, yeah. Son,
where I
you
live.
have been, he's now your dad.
He's your
I
dad.
don't know
Sorry.
Okay.
Your sentence, 10 years with him as your dad. What?
What about
Kirk
my
Fox-
actual dad?
Kirk-
He agreed. He agreed.
He's out.
agreed.
He's out. Kirk Fox
He's
is
the
like,
one who
he's next. It's like
suggested it.
Kirk Fox announces it. Dr. Phil's in the corner.
Thursdays on Fox. What?
Court ordered Dad.
Just so
Judge
everybody
Dad.
knows, this is a reality show that you'll be watching for the next 10 years. It's Judge Dad.
Judge Dad. This Thursdays on Fox. It's Max Demeanor.
I'm feeling pretty good about this show.
Pretty good.
Okay, so first things first, Dees, you know how so if if I hug you, like go in for a bro hug, I have to get on my tiptoes, right? Because
Correct,
so
yeah,
tall,
'cause
and I don't want to
freakishly
like
tall.
hug your chest like we're doing like some father son moment like on Judge Dad, you know?
Glandular freak. Yes.
So if you were to go up and hug Shaq, would you have to be on your tiptoes, or do you think that you are like tall enough that you would kind of be?
No, man, and then some. I think like again, every once in a while you see people that like. So again, we talk on the show a lot about my freakish height. I'm about 6'5". I'm a goofy, lanky son of a bitch. There are a few people in the world that make me feel short. He made me feel small, like a small human being, not short, but like tiny. I mean, the guy is just, and you get it. Yeah, Shaq's big, water's wet, sky's blue, all that. Yeah. But like, dude, when I was next to him, I was like, just another like species of human being. It was crazy. And then, and he was every bit as Shaq as you could imagine, just big and loud and having fun and not giving a shit. Like that guy was having the time of his life, and it's contagious, man. He's got a good energy, and seeing it live, it's just 10x what you see like through TV. It was cool.
Let's be honest.
Did he get a
crush at the bucket shot? Like that's one person.
Oh yeah.
Missed him this season. Yeah.
Did he get offended when you asked him to hold you?
No, he said he gets that a lot, especially from redheads. So I just crawled right up there. He had a little step ladder. I just crawled into his arms, and that was after I lost. So it was especially, I took solace in his giant Shaq arms.
You go up to him and be like, some people call me a giraffe, and then just like lick them.
I've got a no licking policy. That's court ordered.
Yeah,
it's court ordered. Yeah, I'm on a list somewhere, Josh.
So, well, there's court ordered lists. Then there's court ordered dads.
Yeah.
And then there's court ordered giraffing. Okay. And so you can no longer. One thing that I don't think you know about yourself, Dees, is your poker face is all time terrible. Like
it must be worse than I think.
I've seen you upset before, and I've seen you happy before, and they are two very different faces.
Yeah.
You cannot hold it in. Like, how's everything going? It's going great.
It's fine. Things are great.
Yeah. Like you're texting. I know when you're upset, and I know when you're not.
Right? I know you do. Yeah.
You're good texting, full of exclamation points and
correct,
all kinds of LOLs, and good. When you're not, it's like Josh, and I'm like, fuck.
Monosyllabic. I know. Yeah. Yes, I very much do get that way.
So I will say that they saw you and said, like, "Are you upset?" You're like,
"No, I'm fine. I'm good."
Space.
Things are not merit based. They really are not.
Well, look, dude, and what I'll say about it too is because of course we did this introspective thing about like who did we lose to? Okay, let's break it down. Digital innovation. We lost to McEnroe versus McEnroe, which I don't know if you've seen this, but it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I like, again, wouldn't have been my vote, but cool. I can see that.
Yeah. It's an innovation.
It sure is. It's awesome. And the guy gave an incredible acceptance speech. Like they were so touched. It was awesome. Good story. The next one I thought was in the bag. Interactivity. And like, dude, we lost a Thursday Night Football on Amazon. And because you put it on Twitch, that's we built a league where this was the central ethos. It is wild to me that was a winner. But again, there's a lot, there's some, a lot more to gain by voting for one of the
not merit based.
No,
it is not merit based.
I just gotta keep remembering that.
What if your name was Merit, and that was the name of your podcast, like not merit based or something?
That's
like
good.
that.
I like that.
Like that probably, or like that's your social media handle.
One of the world's first and most prolific podcasters, and a good friend of mine. His name is Tom Merritt, and I always thought he should do like a pun on his name.
Yeah, 100. Well, you and I puns is
can't help
it.
Like
bread and butter and all that.
I told him once I was gonna announce a podcast that we were doing together, but that he would never show up for, and I would call it Without Merit.
Incredible. Oh my God, that would just it would be like the Kunk on Earth bit about Pump Up the Jam. Where like you think it's not funny anymore, and then it gets funnier every single time, and I can see your show being that same way. You're like, just keep waiting for him. So good.
I will say I listened to it. I held on I watched, and as soon as our category came up and it didn't happen, I just took my earpods out of my ears, just threw them, and it's time for bath time, Rosie. Get on the goddamn cup.
I'm gonna take it out on you.
You're all over, babe. ahead, cop.
Well, I want to ask you guys something too, that not related to Emmys, but more about New York, because like it is such like a New York thing. We stayed like a block off of Central Park, which was rad. We would just get food and we'd go eat instead of eating at the restaurant. We'd go eat in the park. Really cool experience. But it got me thinking about New York, and I was wondering, and so we all were asking ourselves, if you could live in New York with the same square footage that you currently inhabit, so your Denver size house, which would be $20 million home in New York, but just go with me.
Easy.
So if you got like 5,000 square foot place, could you live in New York full time? Like, because again,
Yes.
that's your home, but it's like everything else that,
Jeff, like with your kids.
yeah, just the grind going anywhere is just a nightmare.
If I had a 5,000 square foot house in New York, yes, I could. Honestly, I've always dreamed of living in New York. I'm never going to. It's a young man's place.
It's a young man and like transcendently wealthy place. It's one of those two. Totally agree.
You either have to be young and stupid and not care about money, or old and stupid and not care about money. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you have a 5,000 square foot place, you have the money to live in New York, right?
Yeah.
Well, I lived in New York for 2 years, and I lived there for like 3 months. When we
that's
shooting
right.
History, right? Like,
Yeah. I forgot that.
You're at different points of my life, right? And I will say the same thing I said on both points of my life when I lived there. I really like being there, and I really hate living there because you do, like, living and being are two totally different things. Living, groceries, dry cleaning,
Correct.
laundry,
Yeah, totally.
transportation, weather, clothes, like all of that is living. Being is like, let's go do Gossip Girl tour, right? Like that's being in New York, right? So listen, New York to me is a very fun city that has cool things to it, and it's like I'm in the epicenter of everything. Because like when you go to Europe, you guys know, like you meet the German, it's like, oh, you're from America? What, New York? Like that's they all think everybody lives in New York. Like the entire country lives in New York.
Dude, like on Succession, when Madsen was making fun of New York and Kendall Roy said, "You know, we still run shit, right?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go."
Two things related. Both of them involve me looking up people I used to know. The first is I literally just last night was on Facebook and saw
Facebook, Jeff.
I know.
Yeah.
I never go on it. I got
how's my Nazi Uncle Brian?
Yeah, he's doing great. He's
great.
Has some really extreme views.
Yeah. Say hi.
He's a little weird.
No, I never use Facebook ever, but I got an email because that's how they get you, and it was like, this person has an update, and I was like, boy, I haven't thought about that person in a while. I want to see what she's up to, and I clicked on it, and she's like living in New York and living the life. She's acting on Broadway and like being amazing. I was like, what a life. And it's amazing that this conversation is happening now, because I literally last night was thinking, well, she lives a completely different kind of life. She has a kid and a husband, and they live in New York, and she works on Broadway, and it's amazing. Second story is a guy I was like really good friends with in high school who I haven't talked to in years. Found him on Instagram and Chief Book. And he I don't know what his deal is. All I get is his Instagram thing, but evidently like travels around the world and just lives this bohemian life of like he was in Puerto Rico and like taking pictures of food and amazing. He's like slept on the beach and he just lives this crazy bohemian life. We're the same age, went to high school together. And then like I was sweeping through his pictures, and it was like, awesome sandwich, amazing beach, cool view from this building, sunset here. And the last picture was like a selfie of him. And I swear to God, I like went, because
he looks 140 years old.
He looks 25 years old.
Oh, I thought you were going to go the other direction.
No.
I thought he was going to he looked like the Crypt Keeper. You're like,
oh
God.
He found the secret to staying young, and it's just having no connections to anything and just going around the world and being amazing. And I was like, I did it all wrong.
I sit here with lower back pain just from sitting down.
Yeah, I'm like, I look gray and old and crotchety, and I'm like, wow, we're the exact same age.
I would never describe you as crotchety. You're many things. Oh, really? It's cold. It's cold.
No, more like
crotch?
crotchy. Like he's got a lot of in his crotch. Like there's a central being.
Enormous.
You guys are close.
Real.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Like my wife called me busty one time. I was like,
that wasn't not a.
That's
I don't really. Did you think that one?
We got to give a shout out. I wanted to talk about this because I follow him on Instagram, and every now and then I'll DM him. Our boy Quantez Stiggers.
Yeah.
An interception in CFL preseason. He's up there playing for the Toronto Argonauts, the absolute legend Quantez Stiggers. And he's a great dude. And
he is a great dude.
Just pumped that he is
talented.
Making it out there in the CFL and doing big things. He deserves it.
And he calls his kid Bug, and I love it every time. It's like, Bug! It's the best. It's the best.
Shout out to Bug.
Shout out to Bug.
Awesome.
I was in Dallas, and everywhere I went, I was like, I'm going to see James Harden. Like,
yeah.
Someone was going to hand me James Harden at some point in Dallas, and I just didn't see him. See him.
I'm glad you got out of Texas okay, though, man.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm not listen, I
didn't
love
get shot.
my family that lives there, and I love my family that lives there. But it is so hot, and it is just not my place.
Well, the problem,
you know what, though? Fantastic Shakespeare Festival.
Yeah, I mean, that clearly is the highlight. That is
part, Jeff, to be or not to shoot your neighbor. That's question.
And you're also never more than 10 minutes away from chicken fried steak at any given time.
This is true.
So
I think that the problem with Texas is that it's filled with Texans. And if you could change that, I think would be great.
Patrick, alienating our listenership.
No, I think here's the thing is I think that I don't know. I don't like to tell people my opinions, but when people start shouting their opinions at me is when I have an issue with it. Cause I don't tell you mine. I went to a Bruce Springsteen cover band.
Facebook is for.
Yeah. With Uncle Brian.
Yeah.
I went to a Bruce Springsteen cover band in a park in Dallas, and it was amazing. And then at one point, somebody said on the microphone, like, God bless Trump or something like that. And I was like, why? It's Bruce Springsteen. We don't need that here.
And also, Springsteen would never say that. It's terrible covering.
Thank you.
If you're a cover band, stay covering.
Stay in character.
That's right.
In the Springsteen.
I would guess that a Springsteen cover band has got to be one of the hardest cover bands to be, just in the sense that there's a lot of pressure. Springsteen plays for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a Springsteen cover band, there's a lot of pressure to like bring the Springsteen heat. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that the pressure is more so on the actual delivery of the songs, so than it is the length of the show. Because this guy in this band, Little Stevie dressed like Little Stevie, Bruce dressed like Bruce.
That's cool.
Peanut FCF, staying kayfabe, as pro wrestlers would say. I learned that not through wrestling, but through a trivia league that I competed in. Kayfabe.
Don't break it. Don't break the kayfabe.
You can't. You can buy Mary Kay cosmetics, Jeff, but you cannot break the kayfabe.
That's right.
Okay, as everybody knows that. But I will say, I went to this place in Dallas, Jeff, that I think you'd love. It's called the Hudson House.
Okay.
Happy hour on point. All the food on point. Maybe the greatest martini I've ever had. Highly recommend in Dallas, Texas. There's a few locations. Hudson House. I can't describe how like nice of an experience at a restaurant this was. Like it wasn't like the nicest restaurant you'll ever go to. It just had a down home feel, not Texas feel.
Yeah.
Like not barbecue, not waiter with a gun. More so like this could really be anywhere. And the food was out of this world delicious. And the servers were all like, not as Southwest, like, you know how really aggressively funny Southwest employees are? They were like singing songs and everything. And I was like, hey, we got a baby trying to sleep over here. Yeah. But like making small, funny jokes. And I'm like, hey, that's a pretty good one. I'll give you that one.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Did you have any barbecue when you were in Texas? Because anytime I go to Texas, I always try to find good barbecue.
Ton of barbecue. The ranch that we stayed on, all of the food that you eat on the ranch is served by the animals on the ranch. It's like completely
served by the animals. Like
I know.
Brings you your dinner.
Deer waiter.
Does the deer have a gun?
Deer. He's got to defend against you with a gun.
Deer cop. Yeah, that's right. That's only fair. You know. It's a procedural. Cop. Yeah, we're the procedural where the deer solves a food-related crime every week.
Yeah, well, duh. Yeah. It's a whitetail crime.
Print it. I don't know what we're printing. That was very good.
Sequel to BoJack Horseman. It's Deer Cop, followed by Dad Cop.
I miss
Is this a deer crossing? You don't cross the deer.
They cross you. It's the deer mafia. All right.
Okay, so we have I feel like this Sunday might have been the greatest Sunday in the history of TV, and unfortunately, it was also a Sunday of a holiday weekend. So it like molded into Monday and then into Tuesday. But the Barry finale and the Succession finale may have been two of the greatest, if not best, finales in the history of TV. Now, we are not going to give away any spoilers,
No.
but I want to get your honest opinions on just how you felt post-finale.
You remember when it was hard for shows to have good endings? I was
Yes.
like, that used to be the rarest of things for a show to stick the ending. And we saw two shows nail the ending back to back on the same night.
Nadia Comaneci, Perfect 10, stuck the landing on uneven bars.
Totally Comaneci did.
Comaneci it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we are living truly in a golden age of television, right? Like I think if you're watching television and it's not a 10 out of 10, what are you doing? Like there are so many opportunities to watch the best of all time right now. It is crazy to me. It's just awesome.
Like I started this show Florida Man, and it has a decent premise, but the lead has like a very thick Spanish accent, like from Spain, and everybody around him in his family doesn't. So he'll be like, I don't understand why we would do this as a family. And his dad's like, well, I don't know why. Like, we should. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Are you watching
incredible.
Puss in Boots maybe instead?
Boots. Yes, see.
Happens all the time. He thinks he's watching something else and it's just a little.
I love that movie because I love when he says, I am the Puss in Boots.
I can't believe you've been typecast as Dad Cop. That's some utter bullshit. Look at that range. Look at that range.
Yes.
I'm Dad Deputy. I'm like this guy's sucks. What I'm saying is, like, when you said if you're not watching a Perfect 10 TV, like I wasted 2 episodes of Florida Man. I was like, what am I doing?
What are you doing? Like, again, it is incredible. I mean, we just rolled off of last year with Andor and the Bear and all these other things. Like, it's incredible. Mm-hmm. I think the Barry specifically was interesting, and I don't want to. We'll talk around spoilers, but I felt like it was a Rorschach test, right? Like, I think you can take very different things out of that ending in a way that I think are equally right, but and valid, and like just what a powerful way to end a show. Literally, that last 3 minutes was just incredible.
I got very worried about, I don't know, midway through this season of Barry because they chose to do something that I was like very uncertain was going to work.
Yeah, me too, for sure. But like you trust those the creators of that show. Like I think under normal circumstances, in lesser hands, you're not comfortable and you're like, I know that they've got a vision for this, but this is like auteur television, and he just knew where he was going and just crushed.
Incredible.
It's so lean too. I don't know how it happens to be one of the most dramatic, intense, and smart shows on TV, and then week to week might be the funniest thing I see.
Yeah,
dude.
Right?
How does it do both? I don't know.
Shot of 4 boxes on a table.
Oh my god. Is
one of the funniest things I have ever seen.
And the last one he opens, it's just week to week. The scene earlier in the year with Dave and Buster's. That pitch was one of the funniest things I have ever seen.
And the scene in the finale where the Raven is talking to his wife about like.
Yes.
What was it about? What was it? I mean, this about me. What was? It was actually seeing it compared to the expectation. I get that.
The crew's plans to like escape it.
Just trying to help.
God, it's
maybe take her to a nice dinner while we do it. It's funny.
And then it made the decision. One of the crew says it in Spanish, and there's no subtitles. But I lived in Mexico for a couple of years. I speak Spanish, and he has this whole like monologue about how the boss's love is the most important thing in our organization, and it comes before any of this, and they don't bother to explain it.
It's so good.
Jess was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Wow, that part was pretty great. So good, so good."
And then the Succession ending. The Succession ending. And Freddie Airmail's saying it really well in chat right now. And he said, I'll give way more artistic credit to shows that begin with the natural ending in mind rather than aiming for milking the concept until whenever it runs dry. Well, a lot of times you don't have that luxury, and you hope that, your show gets, as an actor or producer or something, you hope your show gets 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah.
You never know.
I mean, it can't be Grey's Anatomy, which is on season 65. And they're like, guess what? She's retiring now.
Bring that money train.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I guarantee you that when they started Barry, they didn't know where they were going to end. But and I think the show has become a very different thing than it started out as. But it all makes sense, and it all paid off so beautifully. And I think Succession paid off beautifully as well, in an incredible way to do something unexpected, but that seemed absolutely appropriate. I think. I don't know.
Who did I hear say that great storytelling? God, I wish I knew who said this quote. Like impeccable storytelling is a surprise, but an inevitability.
Yeah.
And if you can, and I don't know who said that, but it's like that really rang true in Succession. Like you didn't see it going, but it's
It was Dad Cop who said
it
that.
had
was Dad Cop season 2.
it was Wilford Woodruff once said, Prestige Television.
No, but I think with Succession, we find there wasn't a moment in that show, and I think Barry too, where you weren't like, I didn't like that. Right? Like there were points where you're like, huh? Oh God, it's that. Right? Like, oh my God, I was trending towards, and then it just redeemed itself 100%. Both of those. And even so, and I'm not going to give away anything because we lost Ted Lasso this week too. Like 3 amazing shows all ended within like a 72-hour period.
Wow!
And if you add Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, it's in like a week period, which is an incredible show too. That
I
show
fell off that too. I watched the first 2 seasons of that one, and I fell off of it.
So good,
dude. I honestly, with all of these pop culture like institutions ending, this is so, again, this leads to me wearing it on my sleeve. I was sure that there was just this sea change in my life. We were going to go to New York, we were going to win an Emmy, these shows were going to end, and it was going to be like pre and post life. I genuinely weirdly thought the stars were aligned for these shows to end, for us to win an Emmy, and no.
And here we are.
And no.
Well, if you want to change your life right now, Dees, I think it's time for Dees loves a list. Dees loves a list.
I love
He
him.
loves him. All right. So I thought, with all these series finales that stuck the landing so well, and it kind of like cleansed our palate after Game of Thrones. No matter what you think of that series finale, everybody's has a little pit in their stomach about where it could have gone and how it should have gone. So I said movie finale, like in a trilogy or a whole series, sports finale, like a whole season of a sport. And you're like, whoa, what an ending to that television and video games, whatever you want to do in there. Okay. Now I know that's
casting a wide net, Macuga.
Thanks, Jeff. I didn't date that well in my 20s. Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
Or did you?
Or did I?
Yeah.
So I will start with my number 5, except no, I won't. Plot twist, Dees, it's your list. Go.
So I got this assignment late, so I don't have an ordered list. And I didn't like the requirements to this list kept changing. I take these things very seriously. I learned games were part of this like 30 minutes ago, which is wild to me. So I'm gonna go pretty
really throwing you under the bus there.
No. It's on me. I wasn't paying attention. So I think I'm gonna go.
Need time. He needs some time.
Well, look. I just take these things seriously. What if? Okay. What if like 20 years from now, I'm looking back and I watch this episode and I'm like,
this doesn't.
It was all out of order. Yeah.
This doesn't represent my feelings about finales.
Not then, not now. What the fuck was that guy thinking? I take that responsibility seriously. Yeah. I'll start with kind of an obscure one. It is a video game. It's called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Very good game.
It is an incredible game, and I'll just really quickly tell you the premise. So one stick controls one brother, the other stick controls the other brother, and you move them, and they're independent of each other, which has you rewire your brain a little bit on how video games work. The ending, whatever, I won't spoil a little bit. One of the brothers doesn't make it, and you are then forced to relearn how to control it, and it is moving. And I wept, and being having two brothers, and personally, just crushed me, just absolutely crushed me. Beautiful game.
What's it called? Tale of Two Brothers.
Yeah, Brothers: Tale of Two Sons.
Oh, Brothers: Tale of Two Sons.
Yeah, excellent recommendation.
Very good. Very good game.
As opposed to The Brothers Grimm, a terrible movie. Okay. My number 5, and everybody hated it, but I think if you're gonna end a show that had so many characters, have fun with it. The Seinfeld finale.
Oh, it's terrible, Josh. I was worried you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I was worried you were gonna say it too.
You know,
It was such a disappointment. They brought, they brought Larry David back to write it, and I just feel like he didn't,
I liked it, and I like that they brought it. They talked about it in the show in Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's a good finale. It's a good finale.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stick by my Seinfeld finale.
All right, fair enough. It's your list.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how I put this low on the list, but here it is. I'm going with Infinity War.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh yes.
Finale to like 20-something movies.
Yeah. 10 years of filmmaking.
Pretty darn good finale.
I mean, talk about sticking the landing. That moment, the portals moment, was one of the incredible things I've ever seen.
To your left. The truth is, it's still going on, but it really was a finale. It completed Captain America and all those characters. It felt like the end, and I applauded them for having the guts to actually make it feel like a finale.
Yeah, agreed. It was so good.
And like most things after finale, they should have just stopped. However, they keep making movies, and I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Guardians was fun.
Fair enough.
I heard
Guardians was fun.
Guardians was great.
Yeah. But all of the last
Guardians 3 could make this list as great finales.
Yeah. Yes. Totally.
I mean, the last Marvel property I watched was the girl Hawkeye TV show. Yeah, that was kind of good. I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Wait, who's the what's her name? That's
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. No, who plays opposite Haley Steinfeld?
Jeremy Renner.
No, Jeremy Renner's in the show, but like who's the Black Widow's sister?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. No.
It is. It's RBG. God, it's gonna. I'll look it up. My point is, what a revelation she was on that show. Awesome. Just incredible. Now my new favorite.
Who plays
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
Oh my God.
Yes. Okay, number 4. Dees loves the list.
I'm gonna go. Everybody knows this one. I'm gonna go with BoJack Horseman. The last episode.
It's so good.
It's called Nice While It Lasted. That final episode. It subverted all the expectations. And you talk about a season which I had no idea how they were going to stick the landing and have it feel meaningful. I was sure that I honestly thought they were going to just kind of end it nihilistically, like nothing fucking matters, like whatever. But like really, just BoJack Horseman.
Josh Allen and Florence Pugh are dating. That's her name.
Florence Pugh. She's incredible.
Florence
big
Pugh and
fan.
Josh
Big
Allen
fan.
are dating. That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's what Freddie Airmail said. Florence Pugh.
I've never heard Freddie Airmail say anything not true.
And Josh Allen.
Okay.
And I agree with you, Dees. BoJack Horseman hit me in places I never expected to be hit by an animated show.
Throughout the series. And I think it was interesting, too, because I wrote it off at the beginning where I was like, okay, I don't need more commentary on why Hollywood sucks.
Yeah.
And then,
Hollywood.
Oh, man, it's just, such a good show. Yeah.
No, he's dating Haley. Wow, Josh Allen. Guy can't even win a Super Bowl, but he can nail a supermodel.
That might be my favorite player in the NFL. I like him even more now.
Yes, agreed. And he plays a lot of golf, and he goes to a lot of golf tournaments, which makes him even cooler. Jeff Patrick. Jeff. Okay, my number 4, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I do not recognize Crystal Skull, nor will I recognize the Dial of Destiny. That is the 3rd movie, and that is the best one.
I literally considered putting this on my list, but I think it is invalidated by more movies.
Yeah, it is.
It should have just ended.
Dude, it's perfect. It's the best ending of all time. They literally ride off into the sunset.
Into the sunset.
Yes. Go.
They found the Holy Grail and let it go. You know why? Because it belongs in a museum.
I'm so bummed out about the reviews of the new one, The Dial of Destiny, because it's James Mangold. Like, the guy knows how to make an incredible film, and the reviews were so
lamer than 999% of titles.
Yeah, but dude,
so lame.
Dude made Logan, though. Do you know what I mean? Like the guy that made Logan, which is a phenomenal film. Mangold made 311 to Yuma. Like, man, the guy knows how to make a film. I thought for sure.
311 documentary from 1998. That was sick.
I'm holding out.
Down. If you want to, thank you. Yeah, I got you.
Jeff, your number 4.
My number 4 is Justified.
Hell yeah!
Incredible finale. Incredible finale. Incredible show. One of my favorite shows of all time.
Same.
Just an incredible finale.
Yeah.
I love a Walton Goggins.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
Isn't the final line? Because we dug coal together.
We dug coal
together. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so good, man. So earned in every single way.
Absolutely. Next.
I think my number 3, I'm going to go with a season finale versus a series finale, but the season 2 finale of For All Mankind. I think might be one of the top
good.
5 episodes of television of all time. It's a slow burn, and then it's 80 minutes of payoffs for 2 seasons worth of television. It is so expertly done. They play the long game on all of it, and it is a truly slow burn. But it's up there with like Battle of the Bastards in from Game of Thrones as far as like epic all time. Just what a breathless season finale. That show's still going, but it's awesome.
I still get anxiety about Battle of the Bastards.
You should.
My number 3 is the Patriots' undefeated season. Let's crown them champions already. Let's do it.
It's a great finale.
Boom.
Real twist.
I don't even like the Giants. Boom. We win one. Come on.
It's the greatest.
That, Tom Brady.
I agree. That's a great one. My number 3 is also a sports thing. Best finale of all time? John Elway.
Oh.
Okay. Let's go.
You're not
Right?
Yeah, no, that's strong.
No one has ever done it better. Back-to-back Super Bowls. Bye. Done.
Yeah.
Bye. That's it. Dropping the mic. Nothing else for me here to do here. Riding off into the sunset.
Yep.
I'm not even an Elway fan.
No,
I
but
just
still.
got to tip my hat to that.
Storybook.
Yeah.
You know what?
Totally.
Though? Elway's in Vale makes a hell of a dirty martini, and that's like the whitest, most privileged thing I've ever said on this show. Sorry. Okay. Freddie Airmail says, "What about Jay Stu's FCF finale?" Yeah, that's a funny one.
Pretty good one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in a
actually, that might be on the top of my list. That transcends this shit.
Well done, Freddie Airmail. Well done. Well done. All right, Dees, you're number 2 ski.
Man, I was really wrestling here between like Good Place and/or Severance, blah blah blah. I'm actually gonna go because there's a recency bias here. I'm gonna go Barry. I understand. Again, this is one of those things where, like, again, 10 years that might not stand the test of time. I've thought about the final 2 minutes of that since it aired. Anyway. Again, I don't know if it's gonna stand this test of time, but right now I'm very high on the Barry finale.
Barry finale. Well, you took my number 2. So why don't I give Peanut a shout out? The best finale of all time in my lifetime was Jimmy Johnson winning an all-time record-tying 7th NASCAR championship in 2016. However, he didn't John Elway it and should have gone out because he didn't win another one. And everybody now he's just like kind of hanging out. No offense to Jimmy Johnson. Go out on top. Go out on top. But you never know when the top is.
You never know when the top is.
No,
That's the problem.
no, totally.
You don't know when you've peaked.
Lewis Hamilton won everything the whole way through F1, and now Max Verstappen can't be stopped. I don't know.
Wait, so Josh, Barry was your number 2?
It was my number 2.
Damn
See,
right.
I didn't do Barry or Succession on this list because I felt like that was what prompted the list.
Yeah, I
So it
know.
felt
I
a little
know.
incestuous.
I know. Me too.
I would have had Succession up there at like 5 or 6. Like it was between Seinfeld and Succession. Now I know Succession is a better finale than Seinfeld, but Seinfeld has a special place in my heart. Could I have dropped it all the way to 2 where Barry is? I don't think so. Barry's finale is so different than any finale
incredible.
I've ever watched. Ever. Like that final scene is so unbelievable.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Recency bias too, though. I get it. We just saw it, but like, man, I don't know that it's going to rank all time when the dust settles, but what a goddamn episode of television.
Freddie Airmail also pops in. Sorry, Jeff. I'm just going to real quick. Freddie Airmail, it's my highest rated individual performance for any QB in any single game in 2.0. He had a pretty good reason to celebrate. We're talking about QB Stu. He did have an incredible game that day. Like he was unstoppable. And maybe we should all be high doing stuff.
I applaud that idea.
Who says I'm not right now, Josh? All right.
My number 2, because I liked that Josh framed this as any finale in any medium. And so I tried to really think outside the box.
Okay.
And you know what I'm going with number 2?
I can't wait.
Abbey Road.
Oh, let's go. Come on. What an answer.
Right?
Oh, what an answer. Jeffrey.
It doesn't get better than the last studio album from the Beatles.
No.
That's their finale. Come on. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you think about the Beatles in context of modern music. They went from "I Want to Hold Your Hand" to "I Am the Walrus, Cuckoo Cuckoo" in the span of like 10 years.
Not even. It's like 7 years.
7 years. That's something. Yeah, like I'm saying, it's wild. Where I feel like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just modern artists don't do that. It's crazy. What an evolution. What a goddamn
to go
set of
out
geniuses.
with that, like that, to go out with Abbey. I guess Let It Be came out technically after, but that's their last. And recontextualize. I don't know if you guys watched that Peter Jackson documentary that came out on Apple TV. Oh, it's so worth it. Where he went back and used modern technology to like isolate the audio so you can actually hear all the conversations.
Oh, sick.
Dude, it's incredible, Patrick.
That's so cool.
It gives you such insight as to how their process and what their dynamic was at that time. It's amazing. So
we had this conversation this past weekend. Did you guys watch the show Daisy Jones and the Six?
No, but it's in my list. I've got it in my backlog. Worth it?
As artists, loosely, I call myself an artist.
Yeah,
loosely.
you are. You're a creative dude.
It leaves you with such an. I think about the ending of that show all of the time.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
When you watch it, Jeff, you'll be like, "Oh, he only likes it because of this," but that's not why. It really is a magical show.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, Daisy Jones and
so
the Six. Okay.
They may have out. Season. I think they're having a second season. Yeah, it just came out. The music from it is incredible. It was written by Mumford and a bunch of very talented people.
Any of his sons?
No,
no. Sons, just Mumford.
No, they're all running around Disneyland without air tags. I don't know where the sons are.
We got to get a dad cop on this beat.
Joe named Get High do stuff. I believe Jessica Samola is trying to get a poll up and running. It is not working on the Twitch at the moment.
Cool.
Butt Prince.
I think Butt Prince is the name of the show.
Oh man, we had so many other good ones.
But I will say the argument we had was at the end of that show. I don't want to give anything away, but what I will say is anytime a band breaks up, the solo records that come from the people, it's rare that they ever have a career, if ever, a career as successful as the band. Right? So, I mean, George Harrison, amazing. That one song, amazing. Paul McCartney had an incredible career. Like he might be the exception to the rule. And let's be honest, had John Lennon lived, he probably would have had an incredibly successful career, but maybe not. We don't know.
Yep.
I gotta say, I just like the Beatles and that final album, and the fact that Genius succeeded over 7 years is a mind-blowing stat. It just is, and you can say what you want about it.
So your number one is Daisy and the Six?
No. Suggestion of the name of the show, guys. Like honestly, I think in a tribute to Freddie Airmail, I think he's probably had 20 up. I think let's just let him choose. If we can't get a poll up, I think Freddie Airmail in the chat just gets to decide what the name of. I mean, the guy, he's bats an incredible percentage here. I think we should. That's a lifetime achievement award. Freddie, please just choose the name of the show this week.
Freddie, start throwing names in there, and if we can all agree on one, that's the name of the show.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay, Dees, your number one.
My number one is The Last of Us, the video game. The ending is the same in the first season of television, but I think it's one of the single greatest. The whatever 7 hours of television or 15 hours of game, all of that was in service of the last 15 seconds. And I think that is such an incredible magic trick. And
gut punch.
Gut punch. And I've thought through it, and it's about the lies that we tell each other and we tell ourselves to be okay and to get through trauma. It is just a magical moment that I think is unparalleled. I mean, for my money, that's as good as it gets.
Is it? Are you talking about the first video game, the second video game together?
First video game and the first season of television are the same ending.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. That last line, last 15 seconds, it's just incredible. So,
now I think about that ending all of the time, and I don't know how to feel about it. Just like I didn't really know how to feel about the Barry ending, right?
That's what's so good about it, right? Like that's good art, right? Like it has you like asking questions.
Okay. Yeah, that one. Whew.
I think Moronity is pretty darn good.
Moronity's strong.
Yeah.
It's like basically what Sean Hannity's show is.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
Got some friends on that show these days.
Butt Prince, no licking policy, quicksand and flames, Moronity getting, but we'll see what Freddie says.
Okay. Uncle Brian and Charlie Arnold, which was the host of the TO Zone. TO Zone. A big Hannity girl these days.
Yeah, apparently. She has made the switch to Fox News. And when'd you go? Fox.
We'll go Moronity. We got a winner.
We are going Moronity.
All right, well done, Freddie.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's do our ones, and then let's rattle off some Discord questions before we go.
Oh, yeah, please. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Good.
My number one, you would think I would go The Sopranos. I did not like the finale of that. I enjoyed it. I thought it was apropos to what David Chase does. But for me, The Wire ending, the final episode of The Wire is so it's just heart-wrenching and sickening and just what Baltimore and what that show always was. It was not trying to be something it wasn't.
Did you ever watch The Leo in This City?
I did.
Yes.
Okay, you did. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, good.
I had a hard
successor.
time. I had a hard time picking number one. I definitely could have gone 6 Feet Under. I definitely
Strong.
could have gone The Shield. But what I ended up doing, Friday Night Lights.
Oh!
The finale for Friday Night Lights
Okay.
is incredible. I was bawling through it. Focusing on all the people in the crowd watching the championship game and like all the history that you felt with all these kids in Texas, baby. Texas forever. So good. Friday Night Lights. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose.
Can't lose.
Can't lose. I want to shout out honorable mention to Lost. I know people give that ending some shit, but I thought it emotionally wrapped up so much great stuff. No, I just emotionally it wrapped. They painted themselves into a corner. Emotionally, I thought it was beautiful.
Freddie, or Woody the Duck, we love you. You're a great human. We've given you an entire palette of programs, albums, and sports to watch.
You got 2 years of content to get through now.
Yeah, think about like how great that is.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Come back and tell us when you've watched some of these shows and just be like, oh man, that was great. Oh, I didn't like it that much. Oh, that was incredible. Jeff doesn't whatever.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay.
All right, Discord questions.
Let's go. Let's rattle them off. Here we go. This one's from Woody Goodduck. I found my old collection of Pokemon. What is something you collected as a kid or collect now? I collected Garbage Pail Kids.
Got Garbage Pail Kids right here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I traded in the entire first season, an entire run of G.I. Joe comics for the entire first series of Garbage Pail Kids.
Wow, big moves.
Cool.
Bold move.
Yeah.
Do you guys collect anything now?
I collected comic books. Now I collect VR headsets.
I got a couple of those laying around.
As you guys can see, I collect golf stuff from golf courses.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Next up. Is Memorial Day your start of the summer, or do you go with the scientific date of June 21st? I go Memorial Day.
Memorial Day is the start of summer. Labor Day is the end of summer. Done.
Correct.
And done.
Boom. That's it. When Bang Bang Rogers, when fan-controlled foosball. That now, I don't know how we do it, but if we made a giant fan-controlled foosball table on an LED situation.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I just saw literally today, I saw an Instagram video of these guys that hooked up power drills to foosballs. And we're just like the foos guys, they had them on the ends, just spinning the shit out of them.
That's pretty good.
Pretty fun.
So I'm not gonna lie. I got a quick look at the questions right before we started this, and I could have sworn he said something about when fish controlled foosball, and I was very confused about the question. I was like, I guess we're just not gonna read that because what does that even mean?
Yeah.
When will fish control foosball? 2032.
Long enough timeline that'll happen. It's Darwinism.
Atlantis Rising. Could we see a potential partnership with either of the top spring leagues, XFL, USFL?
Ooh, interesting idea.
Yes, in the sense that I think that we want to be both, have our own homegrown leagues like we did, and then be this application layer in sports, right? And so nothing's in the works. I can say that. Like again, we are out talking to a lot of folks, but are we going to see teams from our leagues playing those people? No. Could we see our use of our technology in their leagues? Very possibly.
Okay, I like that. Will FCH use those 3D printed basketballs from the All-Star game by Bang Bang Rogers?
Goddamn right we are. Did you seen those things?
No, I did not.
They're like the evolution of the basketball. Like they're 3D printed. They're hollow, so there's no air. They're perfect every time. Go Google this, Jeff. I swear to God,
right now.
It is crazy. I love them.
He says you're damn right. I would like to Bang Bang Rogers when fish controlled foosball. You were right, Dees. I read that wrong. So
okay, good. I thought I was going crazy. Yeah. I was like, now I'm just seeing shit.
Okay. Freddie Airmail says each F's team as a flavor of cake. Go.
Flavor of cake.
Should have been stars or red velvet. The beasts are mint chocolate chip.
You're amazing.
Please go. You got it.
This is incredible.
What Adoki would be
Funfetti.
Oh yes, Funfetti. Who else we got? Bourdays would be like a chocolate, chocolate fudge. Yeah, chocolate fudge. Who else have we got?
Kingpins. They're like a solid lemon.
Yes, a meringue.
Meringue.
Yes, yeah. What other teams we got?
Zappers.
Zappers are weed flavor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a
Yes.
cannabis cake.
Yeah. It's just a giant edible.
Yes.
You're like, whoa, it hasn't kicked in yet. Stop eating it.
Stop eating
You're
it.
going to be in a bad shape in a minute. Who else do we have?
Knights of Degen is a giant wedding cake because they're a knight. It's like, every night.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
Ostentatious.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Guys, have you had this insanity called Crumbles cookies?
No, but
Oh, do not get me started.
I swear to God, it's the best. I don't even like
Weekly.
dessert.
We
Oh,
do it weekly.
I wish I never had because now weekly is my thing. Like, Josh, stay away. Swear
They
to God.
change the cookies every week, so you have to try the new ones.
It's,
where are they? What is it?
They're literally the fastest growing chain in America. They are the fastest growing chain of anything in America.
And I thought it was pure hype. So you go, there's this incredible, like, the packaging. It's this beautiful presentation, but each cookie is like,
Dude, the things that they do with texture,
it is, yes. That a chocolate milk one.
it's incredible.
The other day.
They theme them around things, but they manage to capture the texture of the thing in the cookie. It's
Is it like
extraordinary.
a home chef? You get a cookie sent to you?
No.
No,
It's a place you can get them delivered and stuff, but they have a rotating. They always have chocolate chip and they always have pink, pink sugar. But then they have a rotating every week as a new varietals of these, and they're the crazy. There's like cotton candy flavor and
Just an L, just a single L.
it's
crumble cookies.
Crumbles, yeah. I swear to God, take the family there, Josh. It'll be
My
worth.
wife and I are addicted, and it's
Banana-
not
Up
good.
8 miles away.
And
Not
and the like, I don't even really like cakes. We were talking about like, but I got a banana bread and this like tart strawberry last week. Blew my goddamn mind. And
All the fruit ones are amazing.
It just anyway,
A lemon or strawberry or raspberry, and they'll do ones that are like a pie. They're like a pie and a cookie. Amazing. It's amazing. The place is amazing. We literally do it every week.
I now I will too. I realized it's one of those things that was so good. I wish I had never gone because now I know that it exists. It's just going to be part of my life now, and I'm trying to eat better.
Because they send you an email of like, here's the ones we have this week. And you're like, well, we got to try those.
You can't not go. It's not going to try itself. God damn it!
They're only going to be here for a week.
This is why Jay Stu owns many a Crumble franchise. He doesn't know he owns them.
No,
But he owns them.
but he owns them.
Boys, all good stuff.
Fun episode. Good to be back. Good to be with you all.
missed you
Thank you
guys.
for hanging out with us. Remember, you can watch all kinds of more content on Fan Controlled TV, and just subscribe, and you'll get content every single day of the week except Fridays. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
I want to thank Freddie Airmail for naming our show. You are a legend. And I know we were not news heavy this week, but a lot of things are in the works. This is not for a lack of motion and a lot going on here. Just because we've been quiet doesn't mean we're not grinding and setting up the future. So more to come.
It's not the size of the news; it's the motion
in the
moving
paper.
forward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Yeah,
As-
tiny little
Jeff
news.
said, Patrick texted us in her thread. Always a bridesmaid. What did I say? What did I repeat? Like
Never a
never a
steak.
steak.
You don't. If you stay weird, you don't got to get weird. Let's go.
That's right.
Very true. Very true.
All right, fellas. Thank you all for being with us. We'll see you next time when we will be called Moronity, which, never
Fitting.
a more appropriate title.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Until then, power to the fan.
Power to the fans.
Talking. I got to hit like this end video thing because I'm running it. Hold on. Say it.
Power, fan.
The superstars of Fan Control Football Season 2.0 are not only the who's who of celebrity team owners.
Did you enjoy that video from Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment? Of course you did. What was it? I have no idea. This is a stock end card on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, watch all of our other videos, comment, like, subscribe, but make sure you don't smash the like button. Use a reasonable amount of pressure. And as always, power to the fans.